part 2 of how burnout affects us. You're going to have it in 2 video parts. Just talking about phase 3, and we were talking about reduced personal accomplishment. If we are feeling like we have reduced personal accomplishment, then that leads to feelings of lack of confidence, lack of competence, lack of productivity, and lack of performance. So remember, this was all part of the withdrawal and hide phase. Okay. So then once we have done withdrawal and hide, we've had all this time to separate ourselves from anything and everyone that was dragging us down, that we end up feeling much better, feeling rested, feeling rejuvenated. So we start to feel great, and that is stage 4. We feel better. This is a repeated cycle in your life. You start to feel better, which is recuperated, re-energized, and back out there doing all the things. In there, the problem with stage 1 and 2, leading us to withdrawal and hide, leads us to some very significant core symptoms. So I said I would talk about those. So core symptoms of burnout, aka massive stress, fatigue, sleep issues, see if you have these, headaches frequently, gastrointestinal issues, muscle tension, weakened immune system, changes in appetite, anxiety, physical anxiety symptoms, the racing heartbeat, the shortness of breath, feeling on edge, dizziness, lightheadedness, lower libido. How this affects all of those areas. And we know so much more about stress and how that affects our body now in terms of the hormone production and the chemicals and too much of this and not enough of this, which is inflammatory. All of these issues with stress are inflammatory, which cause tension and disease eventually because it's stagnation in our body physically stagnates, and that stagnation causes disease. We then start to get diagnosed with actual conditions, and those diseases can lead to very fatal consequences. We know this. Yet because of human behavior and our need to feel love, safe, and acceptance, even if we know that it could lead to death, in the out of sight, out of mind world, it doesn't stop us and think, I really need to address this. The habits, the limiting beliefs, everything stems from how we feel about ourselves, and the cycle continues to repeat unless you put steps in place to crash out one of those first 2 phases in the cycle and stop it. Even if you know the cycle is happening in your life, but I still experience the cycle of burnout, but I know the signs and I can stop it much faster than I could before because now I have awareness. We can't protect ourselves from the shit that goes on in the world. But when we see ourselves repeating past behaviors and patterns that did not serve us, we can circumvent it. That is coaching. That is life coaching. That is life transformation. That is not sitting in the place of doing, counseling, psychotherapy, sitting there, spending years talking about why, having a talk therapy, which is great. I absolutely know that there is a place for those things, but they do not help us move forward. Coaching will help you circumnavigate, stop, flip, change, action. We've got to have actions. So here are some things that we can do to help us with this cycle. First of all, listening to these 2 videos and really truthfully learning about the cycle so we can feel and see the patterns, so we know what phase we're in when it's happening. Picking up on the symptoms, stopping, and getting serious about self-care and stress management strategies in your life. Now, I'm not about to go through a whole list of what those are because everybody is different and we all love different things. I love massage. You might love jogging. It doesn't matter. But the stress management and self-care activities that you choose are ones that you love, not hate. It's not a diet. It's not, oh, now I have to go and do all this stuff because someone told me to. You'll never do it. You'll fail. You'll set up right. You'll think 1 week, I'm going to do this. And then you'll set up a goal and you'll fail. That'll feed right back in to the cycle. Okay. You have to choose activities that you love, like you can't wait to come home to and do. And you have to reward yourself with a reward that motivates you to want to do that thing. And if you say to yourself, oh, I'm going to treat myself to X after I do this thing, but you don't actually really care for that reward, it wasn't a great reward, you just chose one because, you know, someone told you to think of a reward, so you wrote one down, but actually you didn't really care for that. So it didn't motivate you enough to do the thing. It's the wrong reward. You have to change the reward. You're allowed to do that, by the way. Just because you said you were going to, you know, treat yourself to this thing doesn't mean, well, now you've just failed. Now you're a failure. So you might as well just not bother. No, you change the reward. And some of us don't know what the reward is. Some of us sit there for months thinking, well, I don't know what I actually want. And I don't know what makes me feel great. I don't know what reward would make me feel motivated enough to do this thing. That's where you know that's somewhere for you to spend your mental time and energy thinking about, exploring, trying a few different ones until you get to the right thing, rather than sitting in over mode, overthinking, overcommitting, over worrying, over explaining, over in other areas of your life. Rein in that energy and spend it on asking really serious questions about what you need and what you want and what you like and what is a good reward for you, as one way to help you start this process. Relaxation, meditation, massages, anything that helps you really relax, walking along the river, getting more sun, whatever it is that helps you feel absolutely amazing. Relaxation is the key. I would go to say, well, I'm not just saying this, a little bit biased. I'm not biased at all. It's the truth. Massage is the way forward to activate your healing process. I highly recommend you add it to your monthly freaking routine and get serious about committing to that. Because even if you worked out financially £60 a treatment for, 12 of those a year, it's not a lot of money if it means you have the support of an amazing person that can look after you every single month. It's a reward. It's something that you look forward to every single month, and it does absolute wonders for your physical body. Remember, out of sight, out of mind. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not going on in here. And this is where all the bloody trouble's happening. Remember those symptoms. Don't forget them. Fatigue, sleep, headaches, problems with your stomach, muscles, weak immune system. That is all physical stuff that's happening inside you that you cannot see. Yet you could go and have a massage every month and have the benefits of that accumulate, because that's what happens. And if you go fortnightly, it's even better. But if you can't afford that once a month, there's awesome. And you walk out going, oh, I'll tell you, every time someone comes here, and every single time they come, they go, oh, you just don't realize how much you need that. Physical touch is the fastest way to settle your nervous system and increase your response to relaxation and give you all of those happy chemicals that you need. So do something about it. And it's not that expensive when you know what else you're spending your money on. And you have to get real with that, because we all know that we have things that we spend too much money on stuff, or, you know, look at my Amazon account, Jesus, or how many books have I bought this month that I didn't really need, or one massage to activate your parasympathetic nervous system. Regular, so it accumulates over time. One amazing strategy for helping reduce stress and stress management in your life, as well as the meditation and the journaling and the walks by the river and the sun and everything else that you know that makes you feel amazing. And the other key tip, setting those boundaries, boundary work. I will repeat this for the rest of my life now. Boundary work is one of the core areas that I work on with individuals one-to-one. It is not easy, but once you have those established for yourself, your life will change dramatically, and you will not, once you have those boundaries firmly rooted, you will not get to burnout again. I can say that as someone who's gone through that process, and I haven't yet experienced burnout again, because I've been able to put these steps into place, and I have been able to circumnavigate. I've been able to stop it. I've been able to stop that cycle when I feel it's coming on. Okay. Hope you enjoyed these 2 videos today. And have a lovely weekend, and I look forward to coming back next week and chatting to you a bit some more. Enjoy this glorious weather in the UK, and I shall speak to you soon. Take care.